Let me ask you something real quick. If I wired $10,000 into your bank account right now, not a million, not even 100,000, do you think your life would actually change? Most people say no. And that answer is exactly why they stay stressed about money for the rest of their lives. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why $10,000 quietly separates people who panic about money from people who don't. And there's one moment near the end most people completely miss, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. Picture this. It's 3:17 in the morning. You're lying in bed, staring at the ceiling. Your phone lights up on the nightstand. Not a notification, just the time. And suddenly, your brain starts running simulations. What if my car breaks down? What if my laptop dies? What if I lose my job? What if something goes wrong and I don't have enough? Nothing is actually happening, but your body doesn't care. Your heart rate goes up, your stomach tightens. That feeling has a name. It's not being bad with money, it's being one emergency away from panic. And $10,000 is the first number that changes that permanently. But not for the reason you think. Most people believe money changes your life when it's big enough to buy freedom, a house, a car, early retirement. That's wrong. Money changes your life the moment it changes how you make decisions, and the first time that happens is at $10,000. But to understand why, we need to talk about something no one explains properly. Money doesn't move in a straight line. It moves in levels. Below a certain amount, every decision feels urgent. You don't ask, is this the best choice? You ask, can I survive this? Below $10,000, you delay doctor visits. You ignore warning signs. You choose cheap now over smart later. Not because you're irresponsible, because your brain is in defense mode. But something strange happens when you cross that first $10,000. You don't feel rich, you feel quiet. And that quiet is everything. At $10,000, three invisible switches flip. First, emergencies stop feeling fatal. A car repair becomes annoying, not terrifying. Second, time slows down. You stop rushing decisions. You start thinking in weeks instead of hours. Third, you stop negotiating with fear. You no longer say, I'll deal with it later. You deal with things early. That alone compounds faster than any investment. And here's the part most people don't realize. $10,000 doesn't just protect you from bad outcomes. It quietly creates good ones. But not because of what it buys, because of what it allows you to wait for. We'll come back to that. But first, let's talk about why most people never reach this number. The biggest mistake people make is thinking $10,000 is a savings goal. It's not. It's a character-building process. Getting there forces you to delay gratification, say no to upgrades, tolerate boredom, ignore social pressure. Every dollar saved rewires your identity from "I hope nothing goes wrong" to "I can handle this." Most people quit right before this shift happens, and that's tragic because the hardest dollars are the first ones. Imagine two people, same age, same income. Person A saves until their account hits $2,000, then spends it. Person B pushes, slowly, painfully, to $10,000. 2 years later, their lives look completely different, not because of interest, because of behavior. One reacts to life, the other chooses. Now here's where it gets interesting, because once you hit $10,000, something dangerous happens, something that either multiplies your wealth or sends you straight back to zero, and almost everyone gets this wrong. The moment people see 5 digits, they think, I've made it. So they upgrade. A better car, a better apartment, a better lifestyle. They turn security into consumption, and the cushion disappears. $10,000 isn't there to be admired. It's there to protect your future self. Treat it like a trophy, and you lose the entire point. The real power of $10,000 is optionality. It gives you the option to leave a bad job,
the option to wait for a better deal, the option to say no. And every time you say no to the wrong thing, you're saying yes to the right one later. This is how wealth actually starts, quietly, boringly, internally. Do this with me for a moment. Imagine losing your job tomorrow, no warning. How many days could you survive without panic? Not comfortably, without panic. That number tells you more about your financial health than your income ever will. And that's why $10,000 is the first real milestone. Here's the moment nobody talks about. At $10,000, you stop obsessing over money, and that frees your brain to actually make money. You think clearer, you negotiate better, you take smarter risks. Ironically, the moment you stop chasing money desperately is the moment it starts coming faster. But there's one final reason $10,000 changes everything. It has nothing to do with safety, nothing to do with freedom, and everything to do with who you become. Stay with me. This is the difference between people who build wealth once and people who can do it again and again. Saving your first $10,000 proves something dangerous to yourself, that you can do hard things without immediate rewards. Money can be lost. Skills return, confidence compounds. Once you've done it once, you're no longer asking if you can build wealth, you're asking how fast. And here's the uncomfortable truth. If you clicked this video hoping for a trick, a hack, a shortcut, that feeling of disappointment, that's the exact emotion standing between you and your first $10,000. Because the real advantage isn't knowing what to do, it's becoming the person who follows through. So if you're still watching right now, that already tells me something about you. You don't just want money, you want control. And the first step isn't earning more, it's proving to yourself that you can build a buffer between you and chaos. Start with 1,000, then 5,000, then 10,000, because the person you become on the way there is worth more than the money itself. And once you understand that, you've already won.